moving in the map, they win.
Exactly.
Totally.
Exactly.
But
That
if
is
it
completely
were
right.
the both of you are playing, which draft would you rather play, Homeboys or Verso Time?
To be honest, I will go with Homeboys.
I would go with the Homeboys as well because, yeah, I honestly
Finally,
would go.
we agreed.
Although, by the way, Verso's draft pick is quite amazing, but it's relying on team fights. It's completely relying on team fights. It's not relying on team fights plus single fights. So, Homeboys has the advantage of the team fights.
Okay, drafts are locked in for game one, so everything is set. Let's send it over to our casters.
Thank you so much, panel. And nice, we are seeing Suyu. Do you like seeing this hero at all? It's going to be up against a Lancelot against Verso Time, one of our favorites heading into this tournament. But yeah, Suyu. Do you like it?
Suyu? I don't, you know, I feel like there was a time when I would say I don't miss it, but it's been a while. He kind of fell out of the meta for a bit, you know, especially after the technically that nerf that was warranted. I feel like there was just so much that Suyo could do that it was just too overpowered. But it's nice to see. Fits in the current meta still. You know, other than that, oh whoa, I thought he was actually he didn't take that right. Okay, he was just there. Very aggressive start on the Suyo, and that's one of the things you can do. You know, you can continue to be aggressive if you want to, go into the enemy side of the jungle. But even so, it's still really good to be able to go toe-to-toe with someone like a Lancelot. And, you know, when you look at this lineup from Verso Time, oh, wait, he did take the orange. Because Xeno doesn't have it. So, I guess he retreated that.
Yeah, so
he
he's able to do it.
All right, that's good.
Okay. Last time I was able to see a Malaysian team in the grand finals just recently, it was the Southeast Asian Games. We actually saw the Stuyu being played twice by the Malaysian team. And first one, they almost won. The second one, they totally lost. And it was up against the Lancelot too, I mean, both games. I have a lot of reservations with the Stuyu pick. Maybe Amal can prove us different, but Verso Time, with this Lancelot, it's going to be a good game day for them.
Yeah, there's already a delay here, though, too. Phantom Execution going to be used by Xeno, but no contest for the Turtle. This might be a bad fight for them to take. First blood, though, going in the hands of Izanami. They're trading it out 1-for-1 so far, but it's still going to go as Reza falls. Castle on the other side. Just bodies dropping on both sides. Oh! I thought he was going to take that, too, man. But luckily, Xeno secures his purple buff. And it's a trade across the board, but the Turtle goes to the hands of Homebois.
Yeah.
So it's still even though, Wolf. Despite all that, because of those kills, Verso Time keeps things under control.
Yeah, much more manageable for Homeboy, especially because Amal has a distinct XP lead over this Lancelot. That's why they got the Turtle. But my oh my, I don't know if you've seen that, but Castle was able to take down a member of Homeboys through the wall just because of how much range there is with the first skill one. Yeah, that's skill. Huh? It can go through the wall.
A good kick here. Not sure what Daniel's going to be able to do. If he can actually get away from this, he can. Oh, Traction Pulse, nice block there. It doesn't follow through. An AOG too. Not going to catch Daniel with this one right now. Homeboys get some extra gold up there on that top, but it doesn't really convert to too much just yet. They're still going to go ahead and rotate into that next objective when it does come up here. One of the things that I was really impressed with by Verso Time, you know, from their recent tournament all the way to their performance in group stages is, again, they are a team. Oh, I don't know if March is going to be able to survive this. He does flicker. Oh, last insanity from Mlbb. We'll be able to pick up that kill, and that's why the panel mentioned, too, hey, they love the export. I think a lot of people do. He's reintroduced into the meta. You can't deny the amount of pressure a last insanity ultimate can do.
Great start for Homeboys with this early game. They're winning all of their lanes. Well, specifically that gold lane. The jungler is having so much fun, and Mlbb will secure War Axe very early into this. Export will now be able to activate it come the second turtle fight. If Verso Time will even oblige to fight here, because it seems like the positioning from Xeno kind of tells us that they are not even interested in taking this turtle. Homeboys are still fishing for kill.
Oh, Verso March, he has the sustain. because it's a Ruby, because you got the Bracemite emblem, because you're just the way it works. But they'll trade it though. Another turtle secured for Homebois. A lot of attempt there down in that gold lane right now.
The Daniel carrying out for the members of Verso Time are for some reason Verso Time are still leading by a significant amount of goals. 100 at this point. That tells you that the side lanes are doing okay despite the death on.
Oh, Daniel goes in with a kick, man, right for Zeno. Revitalize is going to be popped too. A defensive AOG on out by Boro. So they're just trying to like not get picked off like that. Like we've said, the Cho has popped up so many times throughout our series of games here for the games of the future. Yeah. And we always say that. Well, if you can get the AOG out defensively and it's not used as offensive, plus the Revitalize, that's a bit of a win there for Homebois right now.
Especially because they want to push the bottom lane. Like that, there's no AOG for this defense. Seems like Verso Time will not even try to defend this. They still are holding on to 800 gold as their lead. And Lapu Lapu Castle is getting gold up top as well by pushing the turret. And even when the Homebois are, it seems like they're doing the right moves here. Verso Time still finding some ways to eventually get back to the fight. In fact, Zeno has more than recovered when it comes to the farm. He's now level 9 with Amal.
Oh, sure if this is going to convert too much. A Landshaker able to get the stun. Like Daniel, he gets pulled though with the I'm offended. A great pull once again from Verso March. And that's what I was going to say earlier on when I was talking about Verso Time's performance through Winter is Coming, the tournament before Games of the Future, and then their performance here through group stages now. They like to go ahead and play with these comfort picks. Verso March on the Ruby, he's had a bunch of good games with this hero alone. Sometimes even single-handedly turning fights around just because, again, you know how powerful an I'm Offended or just a Ruby combination can be for a team to set things up. And, you have Castle to help with that. There's a kick from Daniel, though. Able to force a fight again. Last man standing, able to get tons of stacks from Verso March. He's gone. Kojic on the run. Zeno's going to be able to get a kill. The Turtle goes for a reset, and the Flying Clouds will bring Castle back to the fight. Kojic should be able to get away there. There's cutting him off from the re-entry, but looks like it's just going to go ahead and dissipate back to a reset. With Turtle still being up last from the game, Reza starts this up. Amal now joining this, they should be able to secure it just because, again, Zeno is down. As they do, Amal securing that 3 for 3 for the Turtles. But interestingly enough, Wolf, this entire time, despite all these Turtles going over the Homebois, Verso Time has maintained a bit of a lead.
Really what's interesting right now. In fact, Zeno is 4.6k compared to 4.7k of Amal. Did have the triple killing spree on top for Zeno. Mind games coming up from Daniel. That was just a sick move coming up from the kill. And Zeno will not die or anything, but the fact that they forced Phantom Execution with Rico's out there, it's gonna make sense to the Homebois. Yeah, we're down by 800 though, but we're fine.
Oh, but okay, he's not going to go and push the trigger a little bit more. Traction Pulse was thrown out, but nothing to follow through, and they'll just disengage. They don't really need to force anything with this while they wait for that lore to come up in about a minute here. So if we look at Homebois' lineup, then, it's more so just going ahead and playing for that scaling that they're going to have, especially with Izanami on this Lunox. Man, I feel like every single time we have a Lunox pop up, that's the case. Nice kick, though, but it's Castle, Bravest Fighters on out. The last insanity, though, is able to clean him up, and under the turn, Reza, hungry for a kill, will finally kill Kojic, and right now, Homebois just seems to flip a switch, garnering themselves 3 kills. What a great start from Daniel there with the kick.
Yeah, massive start for Daniel. And, of course, you can see Reza just focusing onto Kojic, eat a whole combo of the Tilda. And then, of course, the kill onto Castle started it all.
Earth down. Look, man, the value from this last insanity from Milk Beauty. Flying Clouds going to be everybody back. Going to be forced to fight most likely as Castle jumps over the Bravest Fighter, and the Lamb Shake able to find 2 on the stun, even with the flicker. A great play and projection there from Castle. Not sure if they're going to be able to look for more. Amal should be able to get out of this with that kit for the Suyo, and they'll maintain that mid lane. But the Lord is up. Dino might go ahead and decide to give this a call to take it. It's only Mlbb down though, but he is a big part of the damage unless Reza gets taken out as well, and that's exactly what happens. Another pull from Verso March. Now with the numbers advantage, they still gotta watch all fronts here. They are starting this Lord. It's at half health. Daniel and Izanami on this other side. The opposite side here, they're gonna go for the sandwich play. Daniel goes, trying to get Zeno, and Zeno's so low. But Izanami is able to secure the Lord for Homebois. And that is a tough one to see as Verso time. They fought for it, man. But they unfortunately lost the objective.
My God, Izanami will eventually be the MVP of this game if Homebois eventually wins. Because you saw that in the first turtle fight where they were able to shut down Zeno, it's actually the Lunox bomb, the Ruby DD play coming up from Izanami that we have not seen in a while. And this time he waited for the opportune moment. We can see through the replay. He's waiting and looking for Zeno, and they were able to eventually take him out. He just focused the Lunox bomb, the Ruby DD play, onto that Lancelot. And because of that, we're able to get a kill. Izanami is cooking right now.
Okay. World's going to be cleared out pretty quickly here. Verso time, you know, despite how that team fight went, they're not too far behind. This is the first time throughout this game, though, where Homebois has now bought themselves a pretty healthy lead. You know, 2,000 up at this point. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get this tier 2 here, as the clearing is still really good, too, for Verso time. They're able to go ahead and kind of maintain these waves. And Homebois has to be really careful on how they approach Verso time, especially if they're going to do it under these turrets, right? Even when later we get to the holy defenses being up, they have to be crucial in how they approach it, just because, like I said, Verso March, that Ruby can always mess things up for you. And even a traction pull. So there's a lot of options that Verso time could go with, but right now Homebois has been fighting really well, and Izanami is actually one of the better performing Lunuxes that we've seen so far in the past few days here.
It's going to be up to how they scale up. Because I think that for now, you can really say that Homebois have the lead. Eventually, there will come a time where Verso time will have their one-shot potentials as well. Zeno will have so much damage with the Lancelot. You can see the Kimi scale up later on as well. And the question is, how can they survive Izanami? Because now, even with this item choice from Izanami, the Lantern is going to be so important against the tanky heroes, like a Lapu-Lapu, for example, or even like a Kacha. Eventually, Versatime will have to itemize this. Maybe Winter Crown, Athena Shield, perhaps, Radiant Armor somewhere out there, but we cannot leave Izanami just really hitting. That is a good play, by the way, from Castle.
Oh, okay. The flicker forward. As soon as you mention Castle flickers forward, Landshaker Zid, but now they're dealing with the last Insanity once again. They disengage. They might go back. Castle not having that whole lot of battle spells used, man. Nearly every battle spell over here for Verso time was expended. They're not going to have it for this Lord Dance. They are going to go for the turret, knocking down that tier 1 in the mid lane. See if they get in position here. This is a pretty big advantage, though, that Homebois has. They have their battle spells, except for Izanami. But that's fine, because he can just brilliance if he gets in a tough position.
Yeah. I think this is the MO now for Verso. Look for where Izanami is.
Castle, low, jumps back in, hits the stun, and Daniel is gone. And now Verso time. Going from Mlbb, also last Insanity defensively. There's AOG. Hits the flicker out, so Mlbb still alive. Providing the vision here with Reza. Daniel, he's out of the picture, so it's 4 members of Homebois. Can they stop this Lord from being secured? And will Amal be able to get an opening? It looks like he's going to be forced off, and they're just going to forfeit this one over to Verso time. What a fight! Started up by what? Castle in the mid lane earlier on.
Can they survive Izanami? You mentioned how they should be the ones to look for Izanami before Izanami finds them. That time, though, Verso was prepared. They have many members to peel for Castle eventually, and then they turn it around. They took out Daniel, which was so crucial to the initial fights for Homebois. Daniel's role as the Cho is so important in this game for Homebois. And without him, it's so difficult to start a fight, and they might take him down again.
Oh, Castle's going to jump in, follow him through. They know he has an immortality. That's going to be Pop. He's gone. Daniel.
Oh, the timing.
He tried, man. Again, he had pretty much everything that he wanted, but Verso Time's just got so much crowd control. They can, you know, catch pretty much anyone at this point. So Amal's going to go for that cut, try to delay this push a little bit further at least, but the Lord is making its way up top. Verso Time will swing up to this top side, potentially just taking these tier 2s out, but Amal's actually going to get a base turret. Verso Time doesn't have anyone at the base, so a base turret taken down. Good macro play there. Blast Insanity going to be used, but no, Cutie just trying to clear out this wave the best they can. Rez going for that back line if he can. No, Cutie goes down though. Another pull comes through AOG, but on the backside, Amal goes in with a Soul Sever, not able to connect, and now he's slow at being whittled down. Castle jumps it all again. The pull from March. Verso Time is winning the fight.
Wow.
Lord finally goes down here, and look at the moves.
Wow.
Izanami's actually going to be able to survive that from Xeno, but who won't? Daniel. And Verso Time looking to take game 1 so quickly from Homebois as the base is going to be worked on. They want the last kill. They won't get it, but they'll take game 1.